Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sarah, and today we're going to be doing a 35-minute full body Pilates workout. You won't need any equipment, just yourself and a mat and some room around you. So whenever you're ready, let's begin. Let's start in a kneeling position. You can face either end of your mat, but let's come down onto the heels and sit up nice and tall with the shoulders above the hips. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and just gently squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. We're going to breathe in here as we gently lift the rib cage. So shine the breastbone up, raise the arms gently, and look up towards the ceiling. Just relax that as you breathe out. We're going to do that again, breathing in, opening up the chest to look up, lifting the arms gently behind you, and then relax. And last time. Big breath in to lift that breastbone, look up, sending the spine into extension as you raise the arms up, stretching across the chest. Let's now reach the arms up, breathe in, and then exhale. Draw the navel in towards the spine, reach forward, nod the chin, tuck your tailbone under, and flex the spine. Breathe in to reach up, lift the breastbone, and again, curl the spine as we reach forward and down, reaching up on that in-breath, and breathe out as we round the spine into flexion. Lovely, let's reach back up again. And now we're going to come up into an upright kneeling position facing forwards. So we're going to be doing some side bends here. Let's get ourselves set up. So if you're mirroring me, you'll be taking your left leg out to the side and the right arm out to the side as well. Just relax that left arm. Good. Breathe in, reach up, and exhale to side bend over to the left. You're just gently sliding the fingertips of the left hand just along the outside of the leg. Stay as lengthened as you can through the spine as you bend over to the left, really stretching out the right hand side of the body. Okay, let's pop that right hand down now. We just need to adjust our position. We're going to keep that left leg lengthened, but reach the left arm up, and we're going to side bend from here. So exhale over, inhale to come back. Keep the core engaged. So using the strength of the core, keeping that right elbow nice and soft so we're not locking out the joints. And then we're going to start to raise the left leg. So as you come up from your side bend, just try and tap the outside of the thigh. Nice smooth movement. And strengthening the stabilizing muscles in the right shoulder and the right hip. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to do one more here, and then we're going to be coming down to do some side press-ups. So keep the knees and feet together. So your pelvis will still be facing sideways, your chest is facing the mat with the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's breathe in here. Exhale, engage, bend the elbows. Try and take the face as close to the floor as you can. So really working the shoulders, the chest, and the back of the arms. Keep those knees and feet together. Draw the strength from your core. Just a couple more. Good. Remember to breathe. Well done. Okay, we're going to stay on this same side, but bring your elbow down. Send the top hip away from you and reach that left arm up. Hip dips, breathe in. Exhale, engage the core and raise the left ribs. Okay, so you're raising the left ribs up towards the ceiling as you press the right forearm down. So this lifts the hips. So there's a bit of strength there and a little bit of technique. Let's add a side bend as well to really stretch out the left-hand side of the body. So you're squeezing the obliques around the right-hand side of the body there, but stretching out the left side of the body. Big movements with those arms as well, getting as much range of movement from the shoulder as we can. Fantastic. Now you can relax that there, but you're going to take the right arm and wrap it around your waist, come down onto the floor, so that your left hand is on the floor. We're going to do side press-ups. So breathing in first, exhale, press down and lift. Inhale to come down. You can swap the breathing over here as well, so you can breathe out as you come down if you like and in to come up. But keep the core engaged. Really work that left arm and into the back of the arm, so the shoulders, the triceps. Good, draw the power from your core and smile. Good. All right, last one there, and then you can just relax. Okay, now we're going to come up onto the hands again, so hands under shoulders, your chest is facing forward. We're going to sit back into a shell stretch, but it's kind of a side shell stretch here, so we're going to stretch out that left side of the body. Brilliant. Let's come up and we're going to swap sides. So we're back onto the knees. We need to go over and do our other side now. So take the right leg out to the side, left knee underneath the left hip. You're going to take the left arm out to the side. Okay, just relax that right arm. Breathe in. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So we're just sliding the fingertips along the outside of that right thigh. Remember to keep the tummy button towards the spine, so you're always using the strength of your abdominals. You're not pulling it on the lower back. We're just stretching out the left side of the body. Good. A little bit of balance here as well. Last one, and back we come. Okay, let's pop the left hand down. Just take the left knee a little bit further away from the hand, but keep the right leg lengthened. Okay, reach up with the right arm, and we're going over for those side bends. So again, keep the navel towards the spine, stretching out the right side of the body. Try and lift that right side of the rib cage up towards the ceiling to add that extra bend and a bit of a squeeze around the left side of the body there into those obliques. Okay, now we're going to be adding the leg raise next. So when you bring your arm back, let's lift that right leg up. Okay, so we're tapping the thigh. Keep the toes pointed. Nice graceful movements. Very important to keep the pelvis in a neutral position. So if you are feeling this around the lower back, just tuck your tailbone under slightly. Remember, we always want to be using the strength of the core when we're moving the body. Never ever want to be pulling the lower back. Okay, last one there. And then we're gently coming down with the hand and gently onto the hip. Okay, let's stay on this same side. Knees bent, feet together. Just pop your hands down and turn the chest so it's facing the mat. So your hands should be underneath your shoulders as we start to do our side press-ups. So remember, we're bending the elbows here, trying to lower the chest down and the face down as close to the floor as you can. Please don't touch the floor, you don't need to do that. We're just going as close as we can to really work the shoulders and the back of the arms. You'll feel it across the chest as well. Exhale, inhale, or vice versa, of course. As long as you do breathe, we're getting that oxygen flowing around the body. Good. Last one. And then we're coming down onto that left elbow. Okay, send the top hip away from you and reach the right arm up vertically. So we're doing the hip dips, breathing in. Exhale, lift the hips and send that top arm up and over into your side bend. So you're pressing the left elbow down as you raise the right side of the rib cage up towards the ceiling, squeezing the obliques of that left hand side. Good. Big range of movement with the top arm, really bending over. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to stay on the same side, ready to do our side push-ups. So just wrap the left arm around the waist there. Your right hand should just be on the floor in front of your chest. We breathe in, exhale, draw the navel in towards the spine as we push down to lift the chest. Really working the back of that right arm, getting into the shoulders. Let's really draw the energy from the core. Remember, all movement comes from the core. Smile. Well done. Just a couple more. And then we can relax it. After this one right here, let's come down. Good. Okay, now you're just going to come back onto your hands. We're going to have a shell stretch, but it's the side version. So just push the floor away from you, send your hips backwards, and you're stretching out the right side of the body now. Good. We're going to come into a seated position next at one end of your mat. So if you just make sure you've got space behind you, pop your feet down, sit up tall with the shoulders above the hips and take hold of the back of the thighs. Breathe in here, exhale, draw the navel in, start to lower the rib cage as you nod the chin and lean back with the shoulders. So we're coming down nice and slowly. into a full body stretch. So take those arms and legs as far away from each other as you can. Flex your ankles to stretch out the back of the legs. And then just pop the feet down on the floor. Bring your arms down by your sides. We're going to be doing some curl-ups here to really work the core. So take the hands behind the head. Bring your elbows into your peripheral vision. Let's breathe in. On your exhale, tummy button in. And then we're lifting the head and shoulders, looking just towards the knees. We breathe in to lay back. So exhale up, inhale back, keeping the core engaged throughout. Remember not to pull on the back of the head. We're drawing those lower abs in towards the spine. So really looking at that core connection. Good. Try not to jerk the body up. Go slowly and controlled. Fantastic. Good. Let's keep the head and shoulders lifted here. We're going to pulse it out. Tiny pulses. Breathe. Let's hold the head and shoulders up. Take the left leg into tabletop. Point the toes. Now tap the toes down. Do the same with the right leg and tap. So slow motion toe taps. Let's try and keep the angle at the knee at 90 degrees. So we're hinging at the hip as we bring the knees close to the chest. Let's quicken it slightly. Not too fast, we still want that control. Good. Tap, tap, tap. Breathing out on the tap. Little in-breath in between toe taps. Keep the navel towards the spine, really get that core connection. Okay, now we're going to take opposite elbows to the knees. So very gently turning the upper body from side to side. Right elbow, left knee, and vice versa. Just gently tapping those toes down and working the abdominal muscles. Bringing in the outside of the body, so obliques again. Couple more here, and then we're going to hold the position. So bring the legs back into tabletop right here. Bring the knees and feet together, but open up the knees, keeping the big toes in contact with each other. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, engage. Now try and take the toes towards the floor. Bring the knees back. And as you do this, press the lower back down towards the floor. This is the imprinting technique, which really helps you to use your core muscles. It keeps the pelvis nice and stable. Good. Again, we're hinging at the hips, tapping the toes down. This is a lot more challenging. Relax if you need to, but if you can keep going, fantastic. Just keep the head and shoulders lifted and nice and still. Okay, let's take the arms down by our sides, palms facing down. Now you're going to do the same thing with the legs again, but keep the arms where they are. So head and shoulders still lifted, just balancing the arms out by your side. This is really challenging, really works the core. Exhale, tap. Inhale back. We're going to start to circle the arms in a moment. So as you tap your toes down towards the floor, you're going to reach your arms back and forth. So tapping the toes down, you reach your arms around by your ears. And as you bring the knees back, you return the arms. Turning the palms up as you reach back and down as you reach forward. Still hinging at the hips, keeping the knees locked at that 90-degree angle. All right, take hold of the outside of the feet. Let the knees drop out to the sides and enjoy that lovely happy baby pose to relax the hips and the glutes. Let's pop the feet back down. Arms down by your sides. Bring the knees and feet together. We're going to raise the legs vertically, so we do this by breathing in. Exhale. Press into the floor with the hands and raise the feet up towards the ceiling. Take the arms overhead. And on your next out breath, you're going to very gently reach up towards your ankles. So really draw the navel in towards the spine here. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest. Try lifting your breastbone up while you reach your arms up as well. But be gentle, go slowly and controlled. Okay, now we're going to be going kind of across the body now. So you're going to take the back of your left hand, reach towards the outside of the right ankle, and vice versa. So you're just lifting each shoulder off the floor as you reach diagonally across the body and up towards the feet. Bringing in the obliques. It's a really challenging exercise, this one, for the whole of the abdominals. Really works the core. Good. Exhale up. Inhale to come back down again. Last couple. Brilliant. You can relax that, give those knees a squeeze. Let's breathe, get the oxygen into the bodies and relax those abs. Fantastic. Okay, pop the feet back down onto the floor now. Relax your arms. And then from here, we're going to go into the shoulder bridge. So let's breathe in. Exhale to engage the core and very gently tuck your tailbone under and roll up through the spine towards the shoulders. Breathe in to come down. So a nice little gentle exercise, just releasing the spine. Get your breath back. And just start to get into the back of the legs and the glutes now. Working our way up from the tailbone, vertebra by vertebra, towards the shoulders. On this next one, we're going to be staying up in the bridge, so make sure the knees, hips and shoulders are all in a nice line. And then you're just very gently going to take the left knee out to the side, bring it home, then the right knee. So just opening up the hips there, tucking the tailbone under to keep the hips lifted, so try not to drop your bottom. Use the strength of your shoulders and your arms to help you balance. You're just rocking on the outside of your feet. Okay, let's reach the arms up vertically here. You can do the same thing again, but this time without the arms for balance. So left knee out, bring it in, and the right. Keeping the tailbone tucked under, making sure the rib cage stays relaxed. Let's bring the arms in. So opposite arms and knees, taking the left knee out, the right arm goes out to the side, and vice versa. Good, just makes it a little bit more challenging. Use your core, again, draw the navel in towards the spine, keep the tailbone tucked under, lots of coordination, concentration, balance and control. Good. Breathe, exhale out, inhale in. Take those arms back, gently roll down from your bridge and bring the knees in. You can either give your knees a hug or you can do the happy baby pose as I'm doing here. It's a really nice little stretch to do after you've done the shoulder bridge. We're then going to pop the feet down on the floor. Same with the arms, bring them down by your sides and take a good breath in. Exhale to engage the core and gently press down with the hands, lifting the legs back into a vertical position. Place the hands behind the head, bring your elbows into your peripheral vision as you lift your head and shoulders. You're going to point the toes of the right foot, slide it along the inside of the left leg as you lower that left leg diagonally down towards the floor. Same on the other side, so alternating legs. Now try and keep the pelvis nice and still by drawing the navel in and gently pressing the lower back towards the floor as you lower the leg down. It's a really lovely stretchy exercise, but it absolutely works the hip flexors and of course those core muscles. Exhale to lower the leg, inhale to gently come back. Slowly and controlled. Breathe. Keep the head and shoulders lifted and nice and still. Keep that gap between the chin and the chest. Just a few more. Rest if you need to, but just a couple more here. Brilliant. Then we're going to bring it back. Give those knees a squeeze. Breathe. And give the knees a circle, just in opposite directions to massage the lower back. Good stuff. Okay. We're going to be popping the feet down on the floor, lengthening out the legs, lengthening out the arms. We're going to roll up to seated, so breathe in and reach up. Exhale, engage, nod the chin, roll the shoulders forward, and unpeel the spine as you come to a tall, upright, seated position. Okay, let's work the back of your arms. If you just pop your feet on the floor, sit nice and tall on your sit bones, but place your arms behind you and turn the fingertips forward. Press the floor away from you to lift your breastbone and lengthen through the spine. We're going to breathe in here. And as we exhale, bend the elbows. Push the floor away from you to come back up. So we've got to try and keep the elbows squeezed towards each other as you go back. So this works the back of the arms, the triceps. We're trying not to drop the rib cage, making sure the spine stays lengthened through. Now we can make this a little bit more challenging if you lift your bottom. Okay, we're still bending the elbows and pushing the floor away from us. So it's not lifting and lowering the pelvis. You've got to bend your elbows, squeezing them slightly towards each other on each repetition. So it really does get the back of those arms. We can take it up a level more by lifting the tailbone more. You might need to send your feet slightly further away from you to do it. But that's much more challenging. And if you've got your bottom off the floor, you will definitely feel it around the back of the legs as well. So you've got that extra set of muscles that you're working. Exhale, inhale. Try not to lock your elbows out as you come up. A few more. We're going to then stretch it out, but we're going to hold it here. Little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down. Well done. Cross your legs if you can and sit up tall. You're going to take your right hand and place it on your right shoulder. Left hand, just pop it on the elbow, send it behind you, but try not to flare the rib cage. Just stretch that out for a few seconds. We're going to swap sides, okay? So left hand goes on the left shoulder. Just send the elbow slightly backwards, keeping the rib cage relaxed. Okay, bit of a chest stretch. So let's just interlace the fingers behind us and raise the arms up very gently as you lift your breastbone. Good. Okay, let's come down onto our tummies then into prone. We'll have the legs relaxed, knees and feet hip width apart. Just come onto your elbows, so your elbows will start underneath your shoulders, forearms down. But then just slide them backwards, bringing your breastbone close to the floor. Okay, so you've got your forearms down, your hands are just ahead of your shoulders. Take the shoulders back and down. Let's breathe in. As we exhale, lift the tummy button. And then you're going to very gently press down into the floor to lift yourself into a back extension. Slowly down. So when we come up, we're unpeeling the body from the floor using the strength of the arms. So again, working the shoulders, working the triceps, so the back of the arms. Keep the core engaged, keep your head in line with the spine. If there's any pinching or pain in the lower back, of course, we don't do it at all. Go slowly and controlled and always listen to your body. This is building flexibility of the spine and strengthening the arms and the shoulders. Let's stay down here, but take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Make sure your tummy button is still drawn towards the spine. And then you're going to gently squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other and reach back, lifting the breastbone. Come back down slowly and repeat. Try and inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down, making sure we're looking at the floor. Good. Gentle, slow and controlled, never jerking the body up. We're going to stay nice and low here. Just drop the arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Keeping the arms close to the body, just start to pulse the arms up. Breathing in for 4 counts and out for 4 counts. Facing the floor, not at the wall in front, and making sure the pelvis stays still. So really strengthening the spinal extensors and the muscles around the lower back area. If you do need to rest, it is absolutely fine. It is quite challenging, but if you can keep going, great. Just jump back on if you can. Just a few more. Breathe. And then you can relax that down right here. Well done. Okay, good. Let's have a look at gluteal bracing. Gently lift your head and turn to face the mat. Take the shoulders back and down. Reach back with the arms and turn the palms in. So your chest is lifted. We start to raise the right leg, then the left leg. So keeping the toes pointed. This movement is coming from the hips. Squeeze in the right glute to raise the right leg and left for the left leg. Just keep the head and shoulders still. Really working the posterior chain of the body. Let's bring the opposite arms and legs in here. So reaching round to the front with the left arm as you raise the right leg and vice versa. Making sure we're facing the floor and we keep the tummy button raised. Good. Smooth movement, lots of coordination, concentration and control. Exhale to raise the leg. Inhale to come down. Balance, smooth movement. You can relax it down, just pop your face to one side. Pop those hands underneath the shoulders and very slowly now come up into an all fours position. Start to tuck your tailbone under as you very slowly and carefully sit back onto the heels. You can sway your hips from side to side here as we take the lower back muscles from their shortened state and lengthen them out. Good. We're now going to come up into an all fours position. Let's find a neutral posture. Send the right leg back and then you're going to raise the leg up in line with the body. Press ups. So bending the elbows, taking the nose towards the floor. Try and keep that right leg in line with the body, toes pointed, making sure we don't tip our bodies over to the left side. Make sure there is body weight in that right arm, chest and pelvis facing the floor. Good, exhale down, inhale up. You can bring that knee back, give the wrist a little shake if you're feeling that. Let's try over on the other side, left leg back, point the toes, raise the leg, and again, bending the elbows, taking the nose towards the floor. Remember, you don't actually have to touch the floor, we're just trying to go as low as we can. Really using the strength of the shoulders and the back of the arm. Working the glutes here as well, and the back of the legs. Good, balance. Try not to tip over to the right. Last one, and you can come down with the knees. Again, sit back in shell, just stretch out the glutes and the lower back. Give the wrists a rest. You can turn them upside down, stretch the arms forward. Just relax into the shell stretch for a moment. We're going to be coming onto one of our sides next. So if you're mirroring me, it will be your left side. So just bring the hips down. We're lengthening out the left arm, lengthen out the legs in line with the body first, and then just pop that right hand on the floor in front of your chest. You're going to bring the legs forward slightly. Engage the core and send the top hip away from you to stack your hips. Bend the knees, then just gently lift them, but keep the toes down. This is your start position. We're then going to exhale to raise the legs up diagonally, and then bend the knees to bring the knees down. So exhale, extend, inhale, knees down. You'll notice I'm not putting my feet down as I bring the knees down. So this is really working the shoulders and the obliques and your core. You will feel this around the hips slightly also. So that bottom leg around the inner thighs. You can relax it there. Bring the bottom arm around to the front. Take the top hand behind the head. Lengthen out the legs just slightly forward of the body, and gently slide the toes of the top foot along the bottom leg to raise the leg up. Now bring the legs together and then slide the toes of the top foot along the leg again as you lower the leg down. Okay, so you've got a little scissor movement and toe slides combine. So slide and lower, lift, squeeze. Good, keeping the body absolutely still. Nice and smooth movements, stretching out the inner thighs and then working the inner thighs as well. So when you bring the legs together right here on that scissor movement, you're working those inner thighs. Last one here, and relax it down. Just take your right foot and place it behind the bottom left leg. You're up off the heel. Let's come up onto the left elbow, right hand behind the head. We're going to raise the left leg up, but bend the knee and draw it towards the right elbow. Keep your core engaged. We exhale to bring the elbow to the knee, extending the leg out diagonally after each repetition. So really working the inner thighs as well as the core, of course. Stay strong on the left shoulder. Okay, raise the arm up now and just bring the fingers towards the ankle. We're keeping the leg lengthened as well. Just keeping the whole body nice and still, taking the fingers towards the ankle. We're going to hold it on this next one and pulse it. Good, breathe. 3, 2, 1, and up. Good. Okay, let's have a nice side shell stretch. So just pop the hands down, chest facing forward. Push the floor away from you and sit back onto the heels, stretching out the right side of the body. Okay, sweep your legs around to the other side of the mat and bring yourselves carefully into an all fours position. So hands under shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We're going into a plank position next. So extend the legs backwards, come up onto the toes and have the shoulders, hips, knees and ankles all in a nice line, elbows soft. Let's take this into a side plank. Reaching the left arm up, turning the pelvis and the chest to face forward and swapping sides. So between each transition, make sure you've got both hands down and keeping your tummy button lifted as you gently turn the pelvis from side to side. Make sure you found your balance before you remove one of your arms and reach up. Really challenging exercise. The plank works every muscle in the body. There's lots of balance here as well. Well done. Remember to breathe. And then we can relax it there. Just very gently bring the knees down. And again, sit back in shell, reaching the arms forward, take the tailbone towards the heels. Breathe. And then gently come down onto your right hand side this time. So we're going to do the opposite side. We've already done the left. Okay, so reach that bottom arm out. Top hand in front of the chest, lengthen out the legs in line with the body, but then bring them forward slightly. Stack the hips and draw the navel in. We're then going to bend the knees. Remember, we lift the knees. That's the start position. And lengthen out the legs diagonally. Bring the knees down and repeat. So your chest is facing forward, but the top hip should be slightly backwards, tilting backwards. Extend and bend, keeping the feet off the floor. Working the quadriceps as well here as the inner thighs, and of course your obliques and the core in general. Lots of shoulder work here as you balance as well. It's a really challenging exercise. Well done. And then we're going to bring it down right here. Okay, let's just bring that bottom arm around to the front for balance. We extend the legs again, but then bring them forward slightly, top hand behind the head. And then we're going to slide the toes of the top foot along the bottom leg. Lengthen the leg vertically and then bring the legs together like scissors. Good. Slide the toes along the bottom leg again. As you lower the bottom leg, you're raising the top leg up. So scissors, toe slides combination. Use your core to keep your body really still and try and keep the toes in contact with that bottom leg as you're lowering it down. Good. Stretching out the inner thighs. And also strengthening those inner thighs as well as you bring the legs together. Lovely, gentle exercise. Last one. And bring it down from here. Good. Okay, let's take that left foot, place it behind the bottom right leg. You're coming up off the heel, remember? You're up onto the right elbow, left hand behind the head. Starting with the right leg lengthened, we raise it up, but bend the knee as you bring that left elbow towards it. So there's a little bit of a turn of the upper body. We're staying strong on that right shoulder. And we're keeping that back left leg absolutely still. Stay up off the heel, stay on the ball of the foot. Okay, and now we're going to raise that left arm up. And just bring the fingers towards the heel. So now the right leg is lengthened, no bend at the knee. Couple more. And then we're going to pulse it out on this one here. Okay, tap, tap, tap towards the heel. Breathe. And then you can relax it there. Well done. Let's sit back in the side shell. So just leave the knees where they are. Pop your hands on the mat, chest facing forward. And just relax for a moment into that side stretch. We're now coming up into seated. So take the legs out in front of you and sit up nice and tall. You're then going to widen out your legs as wide as you can. To help you, this might seem strange, but just see if you can just tuck your glutes behind you. It allows you to be a bit more comfy. You can sit up taller with the shoulders above the hips. Let's take the hands behind the head, elbows in the peripheral vision. Breathe in. And as we exhale, you're going to take your elbow towards the same side knee. So a little bit of a side bend here. Good. Point the toes. Come up to seated tall on that in-breath. And keep the pelvis still, so you're not lifting either of the hips as you lean over. Stretching out those obliques that you've worked so hard in this routine. Good. Let's place the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, hinge forward at the hips and lift the breastbone as you raise the arms. You can flex your ankles here as well to stretch out the back of the legs and the inner thighs. All right, let's bring those feet back down onto the floor, face forward. So into a box position, your right shin will be in front of you, left to the side. Sit tall, place the right hand behind your back And you're going to reach the left arm diagonally up. Lift the hips by tucking the tailbone under and see if you can reach backwards. You can just reach up vertically if you prefer, but this really stretches out the outside of the body. We're going to do that another couple of times. So sweep the arm around and up as you tuck your tailbone under and lift the hips. Keep the elbow soft behind you so you're not locking it out. Really stretch out the body into the abdominals and the hips. Good, let's swap sides. So you're just going to bring the left leg around the front, right to the sides. Sit tall. So now it's left hand behind, right arm diagonally in front. You reach back as you tuck your tailbone under. Breathe. Gently round and down. And again, we're going twice more. Remember, you can just reach up vertically if you prefer. But if you can, get that extra stretch by tucking the tailbone under and reaching up and back. You'll really stretch out the obliques and into the hip flexors. Well done. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again for the next workout.